Hello again, architecture students. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add the interior walls and divide space. Okay, so we're going to divide this space to make it useful, like it would be for any home. Okay, so we don't want to add space. I'm going to show you the wrong way to do this. Okay, so the wrong way to do this is to click on the line tool here, and let's say I want to make a room over here. And then I'm going to make a room up here. Now something like this. Okay, and then I'm going to make a room over here. Okay, so now I got 3 bedrooms. Maybe I can call this the living room and this the kitchen. Because what you end up with, the reason you don't do this, you end up with a lot of useless space. In this one right here, this is definitely useless space right over here. Okay, so this is the method of adding space to space. We don't want to do that. Okay, we want to make our space out of the space we already have. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do when I do that is I'm going to select these 2 rectangles, and I'm going to do what's called exploding them. All right, so up in the Modify panel, this is another Modify tool that we're going to use. It's right above the Offset tool, okay, and it's called the Explode tool. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to explode all this geometry to make every line its own separate entity, as if we had drawn it with the Line tool. The reason I do that is because I'm going to use these lines to help me make the to divide the inside space. Okay, so in this very simple design, all we really have to do is kind of choose what side of the house we want to put most of the sleeping area. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put the sleeping area over here on this side, and I'm going to put like a garage and some of the service area over on this side, you know, the kitchen and everything, or maybe the master bedroom. So we'll start right over here, or we can actually start anywhere, but let's start with the garage, for instance. I'm going to use the Offset tool to set a wall for my garage. Now, notice one thing too is up here in my Layers panel, I'm currently on interior walls. That's what I have it set for, because that's what I'm creating is interior walls. All right, but I'm going to use some of these exterior walls to help me create that. I'm going to go to the Offset tool, come over here to this side, and I'm thinking about what is the width of a common garage. So I might want to Google that or something like that. Go into Google and say, what is the size of a garage? Do I want a 2-car garage, 3-car garage, 1-car garage with a little bit of extra space, or something like that? Okay, so I can Google that on the internet and find some charts that show me the different sizes of garages. Okay, I've been working with this long enough to kind of know what I want. So I am going to offset one of the vertical lines. I'm going to offset it to the left, and I'm going to offset it a distance of 22 feet. So this is the line I'm going to choose, offsetting it over here. Now I also want a depth to my garage as well. So I'm going to offset another one 22 feet. Okay, so it's basically going to be a 22 by 22 garage so far. All right, so this is my garage space. And you see I've divided space to where I can make other spaces. Okay, so I can make a kitchen up here. I can make some bedrooms over here and some living room over here. Okay, so let's go a little bit further and let's divide some space for our bedrooms over here on the right side of the house. I know, again, because I'm used to it, but you can also Google this. What is the size of a typical bedroom? It might give you that figure in square feet, like 120, 150, 170 square feet. And you would have to kind of find the square root to kind of get a roundabout figure on what that's going to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I'm very used to this, is I'm going to offset these lines over here. And to do that, I'm going to select the object, but I'm going to put a different distance in there. You see, I had 22 still loaded in there from the garage offset. This, I'm going to change it to 12 feet. Okay, because that's kind of how wide I might want my bedrooms. maybe not exactly. I might do something a little different there. But I also need some hallway space over here. I want my bedrooms to have some privacy. I don't want them to open right into the living room. So I'm going to need another wall here to create a level of privacy. So I'm going to offset this one. Okay, I'm going to pull it over to the right. You can still see that the dynamic input still says 22 feet because that was the first one that I used, and I really didn't change it. I just kind of edited it on the previous offset. So this time I'm going to type in 36 inches because according to building code, we have to have a hallway that is 36 inches. Remember that. You might want to take a note on that. 36 inches for the hallway. That is according to building code. All right, and we'll get to more building code as we go along. So there's my 36-inch hallway. So now I've got plenty of lines and things on here for the interior walls. I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to put them on the interior wall layer. Okay, so now they're all on the interior wall layer. I need more bedrooms over here. Over here I've got one bedroom, it looks like. Okay, let's get a measurement on the width. That's like 10 by 12. Okay, so that's looking pretty good so far. Now there is a code, another building code that governs bedrooms. Okay, the smallest bedroom you can have is 7 by 10. Okay, it has to be 70 square feet as far as the area of that bedroom has to be at least 70 square feet. But that is a very small bedroom. We've got plenty of room to make larger bedrooms in this house. So right now I'm working with 12 by 10, so they're like 120 square feet right here. Okay, now I'm going to go down here and create another one that's going to be approximately that size. I'm going to draw a line, and I'm on the interior walls layer. I'm going to draw a simple line, and I'm going to come down here to the corner. And this is kind of how you use your snap references and guidelines and things like that. So I'm going to hover at this corner. I'm not going to click. I'm going to hover. And then I'm going to drag my cursor up. I have not clicked on anything. And you can see I'm measuring the distance from that corner. You might be able to see the dashed green line that is attached to my cursor. It's kind of hard to see because of that red line behind it, but that green dashed line is there. And my cursor is dragging that line. And I'm measuring a distance in the dynamic input box. Now I can very easily type a distance at this point as well, and it will start the line. It'll put the start point of that line relative to that reference point that I turned on. And I'm going to put, let's say 10 feet. Enter. So now that line started at 10 feet above that corner that I originally referenced. I'm going to drag this all the way across here to that second hallway wall. All right, so I've got a bedroom here, I've got a bedroom here. This could be another bedroom, or it could be the bathroom. I think I'm going to make that the bathroom. Okay, and there's some trimming that I need to do to some of these walls, because my bedrooms, I don't want the hallway to come in here and then just go all the way through my bedroom. I'm going to kind of trim that back a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to another modify tool. Another modify tool called the trim tool. That's right here. I'm going to click on that trim tool. Now, first off, if I pull down the drop down arrow, you see I have a trim tool and an extend tool. So I can cut lines with this. I can extend them with this. But I want to cut lines right now, so I'm clicking on trim. And I'm going to cut that line. I'm going to cut this line. You can see my hallway is starting to take shape. My bedrooms are starting to take shape. And now I'm going to hit the escape button to get out of that trim and extend tool. Now I need to set some thicknesses for my walls. So just like I figured up the thickness for the outside wall, I got to figure up a thickness for my inside walls. My inside walls are made of different materials, which again, we'll cover that a little bit later, but I want these to be offset 4.5 inches. So I'm going to click on the offset tool, and I'm going to type in 4.5 inches. And remember, my hallway is 36 inches, so I don't want to offset anything in that direction. I'm going to offset this that way. Okay, I'm going to take this line, offset it this way. These are my bedroom lines I need to offset. I'm going to offset them to the inside, like so. And you can see things are starting to take shape with walls and everything else. All right, so my next step is to kind of figure out, I'm going to continue working over here with my bedrooms, and I need to figure out where like some closet space is going to go. We always have to have a closet space. Every room must have a closet, okay? And you want more storage space throughout the rest of the house as well, and we'll talk about that storage space as we get there. Okay, so what's going to happen on the next video is I'm going to talk about creating storage space for our bedrooms.